Become Legend is a tabletop role-playing game that may include elements of violence, substance abuse, mental illness, emotional trauma, and may include other mature content or themes. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, summoners, and welcome to Become Legend, the premiere, finally here, live on the Free Forge. Y'all, can we just really quick give all of the hype to Fingas, to Miss Mindykins, to Ellie, to D&D for the unbelievable and incredible art, the music, the production, everything. Look at this screen. Look at everything that's going on. This is unreal. We apologize for the slight delay in our start. Some poros got loose in the computers and were chewing on the wires, but my boy Heimerdinger wrangled them all up and got them back in their cages. So we can get started here. Couple things really quick. I just wanted to let you know y'all have already completed a level 5 hype train. So I get to, right off the bat, push a little button, check your screens out, because all of my champions have all of their abilities and are active and ready to use them, which is very unfortunate for what I had planned, but I'm sure that'll be okay. We'll figure out a way to soldier on. I'll still try and find a way to kill them. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just a couple things. If you do want to help the players out, like I said, you already created or completed a level 5 hype train, so that means they have all of their abilities. But for the future and future episodes, if we complete a level 1 hype train, the champions get their first abilities. If we can complete a level 2 hype train, the champions get their second abilities. Level 3 hype train, they get their third abilities. And if we complete a level 5, which we did because y'all are nuts, they get their ultimate abilities. The ultimate abilities are scary. All of this stuff is home brewed. I created it with the champions, so it's got all of their flavor to it, and I'm excited to see them use it. You'll also see in the bottom right of the frames, little Hextech gems. You can give them summoner spells, and basically that means you give 300 bits and you let our wonderful mods know which player you are giving a +1 to any roll. Any roll. I didn't limit it. They can put it on anything. If they save up 10 tokens, don't save up 10 tokens. But if they save up 10 tokens, they could just add 10 to a damage roll if they wanted to. I don't care. I want them to feel like legends. I want you to make them legends. And I want this to be exciting. So, without further ado, why don't we dive into episode 1 of Become Legend. Welcome to the playground. It has been a time of strife and civil unrest in the sibling cities of Piltover and Zon. Less than 24 hours ago, an attack was made on the City of Progress's council. Perpetrated by who is thought to be Silco and possibly his thugs. It has caused a complete lockdown of the border bridge and has sent everything in both cities into a state of turmoil and fear. It is here where our story begins, in a little shop with one individual trying to figure out blackouts and lost time with the help of another individual. Io and Arch, please tell me what is happening during your latest session.
Well, as I have entered in the room, I kind of have a cloth held over my eye and my nose and kind of holding it over there. Why, hello, Io. It's a pleasure to see you again for yet another dive into this mystery.
Welcome back. I see you've had some fun.
Oh, you should have seen the other. Well, okay, so, there was this chair, and it was just giving me the dirtiest looks at the tavern, and it asked its friend to throw it at me, at my face. I mean, some chairs. I didn't even see them coming.
Well, it's lovely to see you. Are you ready?
I mean, how are we ever ready? And I take that kind of cloth off, and you see this gash across the nose and a black eye over his normally very structured face, but the hair, of course, has this fluff kind of going off, and it, it's there on purpose. And he sets that down. Yeah, I'm absolutely ready. If I'm being honest with you, I think I've been holding a little back. After some thought, I think it might be time to, let loose. And we've built a little bit of trust, right? I mean, let's do this.
Absolutely. I mean, we've tried the pendulum. The numerology didn't work either. Or, I think I have my secret. And I don't use it often. Just because it can be a tad bit unpredictable.
Oh, I love unpredictability. So, it's always down to a game of chance or whatnot. So this sounds like just my kind of gamble. What do we got?
And Io pulls out a set of 6 cards. And she says these are oracle cards.
Oh.
These might help us get the answers we need. And she flips a finger and they're disappeared. And they're laid out onto the table above, in front of her.
Oh, that's a nifty trick. You might have to show me that one day.
Girl's gotta have her secrets.
True, indeed.
So are you attempting to use the deck of the Black Mist?
I am.
Okay, so I will get Kim to roll percentile dice, and I will get Fred to roll, I will get Arch to roll percentile dice. First rolls of the campaign. While they're rolling those up, Mergs, thank you so much for gifting a summoner spell to Reggie. Mindy, thank you for giving Io a summoner spell. Miss Min-Mom and James, not to be outdone, both coming in with a summoner point for everybody. And then Warrior coming in hot with another summoner spell for Reggie. And Candle giving a summoner spell to Arch. So, Io, what did you roll on your percentile?
I rolled a 98.
Okay. Arch?
A 7.
A 7.
Lucky number 7.
As you go through and shuffle the deck, Io, and hold the cards out to let Reg pull one, or sorry, let Arch pull one. Sorry, it's not first aid nerves or anything. I'm going to go ahead and get you to cast the Eye, Io. And this is going to be an activate, so you can send one of your uses of your deck are scratched off now.
You pulled my favorite card.
Oh, tell me more.
The eye has to do with one's soul. And she holds the card up to her face, and it shines. And it disappears. It has to do with one's intuition, one's inner magic. It can represent a disconnect from your true self. But all in all, it tells you to embrace your inner spontaneity and to look inward to find yourself.
So as the cards disappear, Io, can you tell me what the activation of the spell looks like? And Arch, if you would like to, you can make a charisma saving throw.
Saving throw?
Yep.
Oh, already. All right, let's do this.
So, Io's eyes, which are usually a pale gray, light up bright green. It's soft, it's subtle, but she suddenly changes just the slightest bit. She looks like a different person. And then it settles.
I rolled a 7. Again.
Arch, you are now under the effects of a charm spell. You feel a warm calmness wash over you as you watch Io, her eyes changing, the card vanishing and disappearing, a slight flicker of the arcane, and you suddenly feel at peace. You trust Io more than you've trusted anybody in a long time.
How are you feeling?
Honestly, I can't remember the last time I didn't feel nothing but pain. It's... What did you do? What did you do?
It's a side effect. It's my favorite one.
Well, I'm all ears. What else can... I don't even know what to say. It's been so long that I'm constantly just angry. But it's... Wow.
I want you to relax and look inward. And as she says this, she is going to go for his pockets underneath the table.
Okay. All right. Let's do it. Io, make a sleight of hand check. Arch, you can make a perception check at disadvantage because you were under the effects of a charm spell.
So,
That is a 17.
I also rolled a 17.
Okay.
We roll off? Is this a roll off?
Let's do screw it. Let's do rollies. Roll another d20. Oh my gosh, Julian, thank you so much for the 1,000 essence. Way to be, my friend. Thank you so much.
I got a big fat 4.
And it looks like giving all of the points to Io. Julian, what you doing? So what were the results of the D20?
4.
4?
11.
11? Yep, you are able to slip your hand into Arch's pocket under the table. Arch, what does Io find in there?
Well, actually, recently he has seemingly lost most of the money that he would have had in said pocket, but you do find a set of dice. They're a little bit larger D6 style dice. They look a little worn. They're like a almost grayish kind of granite look with lots of scratches and scrapes into them.
She definitely pockets that.
Oh no. Okay. That's fair. I mean, you're allowed to yep. That's the way the dice work. So it is at this time you have a feeling, Arch, and you instinctively move your hand to a pendant around your neck. I want you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Nine.
9?
Yep. Well,
Io. That's okay. This might actually end up helping you. Arch, what does it look like when Sosin takes over your body? What does Io see?
The eyes were honey gold kind of color suddenly start shifting into this turquoise light blue almost, as they kind of eliminate everything that was gold in the eyes there before. And the brow, and this smiling face and that open welcoming brow kind of starts to dip and looks to get a little more serious, and that smile fades and wanes into just that straight-lipped anger.
Sosin, roll a perception check at advantage for me, please.
$16.
So though you were not the forefront of the initial start of this conversation, when Io went into Arch's pocket, Sosin definitely noticed.
What do you do with that dice, dear?
Excuse me. Oh. What dice?
You're going to need to return those. Post haste, please.
You went a little more inward than I thought you would.
You should hope that I stay inward and not go out.
She pulls the dice from her pocket and slowly slides it across the table. Back to him.
So as you pull the dice out and start to slide them across the table, all of a sudden there is a pounding knock at the door. And you hear from the other side.
Mr. Megarian, open up. We need to search your premises for fugitives.
Arch stands up. I thank you for your kind return. I shall take care of this. And he turns and heads to the door.
Okay.
I will open the door What do I see?
Standing on the other side of the door, you see 3 individuals clad in blue vestments, face masks on, one of them wearing a hat with a star on it. The 2 flanking on the right side, both holding large rifles.
Are you Mr. Megorium?
I know not this name.
What are you doing in his shop then? And it's at this point, Sosin, that you kind of look up and realize that though you've been dealing with this individual named Io for the last couple sessions over the last few weeks, and you've always had your sessions in this building, Io's name isn't anywhere on the door or on the window. It actually says Mr. Megorium's Fix Your Shoes. Something that you hadn't noticed before.
It doesn't say souls?
Nope. Unfortunately, it does not.
Missed opportunity.
So I will, Arch will kind of look back towards Io with the understanding of what's happened. And Io, what you see is this blue energy just jet out from Arch and fly past the guards. And GM, I think I would like to utilize the ultimate if I understand that I have the ability to do so.
Yep. You can definitely use your ultimate as if you would like to. So we'll deactivate that.
Blue energy jet out in the form of another person exiting Arch, flying past the guards in a blink of an eye. And then all of a sudden, Arch is staring at you with the golden honey eyes again. He's like, "Oh, darling, what did you do?" And he'll turn to the guards and he'll be like, put his hands up. You might want to leave now. There's no one here by that name, and we're leaving anyway, so we can just part and everything will be good.
These must be some of the individuals that we were told to bring in. Quick, grab them.
So then,
I will get the 2 of you to roll initiative for me, please.
All right.
I must have good GM first time on the Free Forge luck because I rolled a natural 20. So,
Dang it. I rolled a 19, so
19?
you just got me.
So what does that bring your total to?
I'm sorry, that was the total.
That was the total was a 19?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And Io?
Total would be 16.
16. So as soon as this happens and the 2 guards flanking this main individual kind of take a step back and spin around to look at this spectral form that's now on the other side of them, the other guard doesn't hesitate and automatically reaches out and grabs you and is going to try and slap some cuffs on Arch. So I would like you to make a... we're going to do contested athletics checks or acrobatics, whichever is better for you.
Okay, I rolled total 12.
Okay, so as they reach out and try and grab you, how does Arch avoid this? As I rolled a crappy 5.
As he reaches up, Arch is wearing a lengthy jacket that goes about mid-thigh, and he'll kind of almost kind of spin and pull his hand back so he happened to catch the jacket more than the arm itself as he kind of pulled the arm through the sleeve or back into the sleeve and then yanked down to relinquish the sleeve from his grasp and kind of posts up.
At the same time, the other 2 kind of sling rifles over their shoulder and pull out these massive nightsticks, and they're both going to go after the ghost that's now behind them that they heard talking. That seems like a more imminent threat to them. Okay, so one of them is a 26.
Yeah, that's gonna hit him.
So Sosin will take 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As Sosin, like, kind of maneuvers and dodges the first one. Sosin doesn't seem really worried by these individuals and is probably a bit careless in their sidestep. And the other one catches him right on the collarbone with an attack. That'll bring us to you, Arch and Sosin.
So I will reach in to a pocket in the jacket and pull out. You see now a brass knuckle on his fist, and he'll look over towards Io. He's like, I think now would be a good time for running.
Oh.
Same time, I'm going to have Sosin throw some strikes.
Okay, go for it. You cut out a little bit there, so Arch is getting ready to run and is trying to punch the individual with the hat, and Sosin is going after the other two. Go for it.
Arch has a 19 to hit.
19 misses, so as Arch throws this right brass knuckle, the guard just kind of like very, very adeptly, and being a martial artist the way that you are, you can size up pretty well when somebody has some skill. And this individual has some skill because as you throw the punch, they barely move. They just kind of raise their hand and push your hand past their head and look at you. You really don't want to do this. And the attacks for Sosin.
And the Sosin is a 21 to hit.
Okay, that'll hit.
All right. And that's one attack. So he's going to take 7 points.
7
And
points?
then-
Okay.
Yeah. And the next roll is another 19.
Okay, that'll also hit. Is that to the... Is Sosin striking each guard once, or is he focusing on a singular guard?
Just a singular one.
Okay.
And that was another 6 on that one, actually. 6.
So tell me how Sosin throws these attacks.
All right, so the spectral form of the silhouette of a person essentially is there before us. He goes to strike. He kind of like horror movie flashes and cuts off to the side, strikes one across the left jaw, and then horror movie kind of flashes to the opposite side. And as the guard like kind of like folds down after that strike, on the way down, he comes back up with another strike to the chin, just on the opposite side, with the momentum of that face heading in the downward direction.
Awesome. So the guard absorbs these, or the enforcer absorbs these attacks, and though they hit and they did some damage, doesn't seem to be as much as Sosin typically does when you... Well, you wouldn't know. Arch wouldn't know. So that'll bring us to Io.
I would know the building enough to know if there are some windows that I could possibly leave from.
This structure, like most of the structures in this, in the slums, in the black lanes of Zaun, are kind of built in and around pipework. Lots of sewerscapes, and it's very cramped, very difficult. You know that the walls are thin and a lot of the places are in ill repair, but typically because they're all built into the side of these great big concrete enclaves and stuff, typically only have one door. So you can roll an investigation check if you would like, but that's going to count as your bonus action for the round.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Roll an investigation.
And don't forget
That
you have
is-
3 summoner spells. Thank you to the individuals that gifted them to you.
That is an 18.
An 18? Okay, so you do a quick search around the room, and you are fairly certain and confident that that one door is the one-way in. And thank you so much, Graham, for giving me 5 summoner spells. Thank you to Kem, giving a +1 to all the champions. I gave myself an extra one there, sorry. I'll take it back, it's fine. And then Triple Zster, I hope I said that right, giving another one to Io. So, Io, what would you like to do with the rest of your turn?
She looks to Archibald and says, are you good at punching walls?
That probably would have been a good thing. Yes, sometimes. Yeah. But sometimes. I don't know about right now, but yeah. Yeah.
And she gestures to a wall that she thinks is the
Okay.
most punchable, and then she is going to use her fascination feature,
Okay.
where as an action I am going to charm a target.
And who are you selecting?
Whichever guard is closest
Okay.
to me.
So that would be the captain. Who
They will make a charisma saving.
I'm
throw,
going to
and
use. What's the DC?
It is 16.
Cool. I'm going to use 2 tokens and succeed. 2 of my summoner spells, sorry. And that will complete our round. And at this point, Reginald, you are walking down the streets of the Black Lanes when all of a sudden you hear a commotion. And as you look down about 100 feet, or not 100 feet, say 50 feet, and on the left at one of the shops, you see 3 guards standing there. And along with the 3 guards is a spectral figure, something that you hadn't seen before, and then an individual standing in the doorway. What would Reginald like to do?
Well, I think Reginald's gonna walk over to see what's going on.
Sure.
Excuse me. What's going on here?
And as you see some blows being exchanged, and as you walk over and say this, the individual with an individual in the Enforcer blue that you know quite well kind of looks over, and you see they have a star on their hat, which means they're a captain, and they immediately look at you. Reggie, is that you? What are you doing down here? Men, we need to take him as well. And points at your direction. So I will get you to roll initiative and bring you into the combat order. It is their turn. What did you roll?
Natural 1.
Natural first nat 1 of the campaign.
Woo!
Okay,
So that's a 1. Yeah.
perfect. So the guard is going to try and slap cuffs on you again, Arch. So making a contested athletics check. Or, yeah, Arch. I said Arch.
I rolled a
Wait.
16.
16?
Yeah.
Do you want to use any of your summoner spells?
You know what? I'm gonna do that. Yeah, let's.
How many would you like to use?
Let's go 2. Give me the 18.
So you beat him by 1.
Oh,
So you managed
That's
to
close.
slip this attack again. He doesn't seem very interested in harming you, but definitely wants to get the situation under control as quickly as possible. The other two both miss with their attacks on Sosin, and that brings us to you, Arch.
can I slam the door shut?
You're gonna back up and close the door. Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead and try.
All right.
As
I'll
you
just kinda
back up, he is going to take a swing at you. Does a 17 hit, Arch?
Yes, that will hit.
So that's going to be 13 points of bludgeoning damage as you try and back up. And actually, because of the feature that this individual has, you are unable to move.
That one hurt. Okay. Is that action or just bonus action? To slam the door.
That's just your movement. Your movement is
Okay,
just reduced to 0, so you still have an action and bonus action.
So then I'm just gonna go ahead and try and punch him again,
Okay.
and then I will also have Sosin throw his punches as well. So that's gonna be for Arch first. 18 and 14 for 2 attacks.
Okay. And Arch, you did get another summoner spell from Yoo-Hoo 2099.
Oh, that's
So
my
thank
boy.
you,
All right.
Yoo-Hoo 2099, for giving another summoner spell to Arch. So sorry, you were attacking?
That would be a 19 now.
A 19?
Instead-
How many
yeah.
are you going to use?
The 1.
Okay. So you use the 1, that'll hit.
All right. That's gonna be sweet 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Um,
So you kind of after taking this blow and like finding your legs kind of a little bit wobbly, you go to strike back out and you connect in the chest with this individual, and they don't. It's kind of like punching a wall. They don't like you hit, but they didn't seem to. Their armor seems to be padding them quite well. So
and I'll look back and say, I don't think I could get away from this guy to be able to do the thing you wanted me to do.
and that'll bring us to Io.
Oh, my Sosin punches.
Oh, yep. Go ahead. Throw your Sosin punches first. Sorry.
That's all right. 21 and an 8. So, assuming the 8 missed.
Yep. But the 21 will hit.
Because I got the hits the last time, this is bumping him up to the next level up. So that's going to be a D8, and that is now 10 damage for that one.
10 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, seems to connect. He throws one punch and the guard ducks it, follows with an uppercut and catches him in the chest, and it kind of stumbles back a little bit. It seems like Sosin's having a little bit more luck than Arch is, but still not doing tons of damage. And sorry, Io, that brings us to you.
I would like to use my biting taunt.
Okay.
She looks at that, which is the person who is trying to get Archibald, and she stares deeply into their eyes and says, "You do not want to do this." And it had a must. They must roll a charisma saving throw.
What's the DC?
I believe 15.
15. So I'm going to use 5 of my summoner spells. Thanks again, Graham, and everybody else. And why is it? Sorry. And they're going to get out of it. So they just barely succeed.
These guys are
Io
pretty
is
tough.
holding on to a pistol that is at her hip.
Okay.
But she cannot do anything else, so she
All right. Reginald.
backs away as much as possible, searching for an exit and knowing there is none.
So Reginald, as you approach this group, the captain looks at you and calls you by name and tells their other enforcers that they need to apprehend you as well. What would you like to do?
And sorry, am I close? Like, do I know anything about what's going on with Io and Arch?
No, you see Arch in the doorway. You wouldn't know that Io is further in the building.
Okay, but there's clearly a kerfuffle of sorts.
Yeah.
Okay. There seems to be a bit of a misunderstanding. And I'd like to take a couple steps back. And I would like to use one of my abilities, if I could.
You can definitely use an ability.
I'm going to put my hand up with 4 fingers, and these bright red runes will appear on my fingers that look like they're like Roman numeral 1s. And I kind of just like flick a little bit, and they shoot a little bit of flame up and stop. And I do it like 2 times. And then I do like a really big one. And right in front of the guards, 4 pillars of fire will erupt from the ground. And yeah, I'm using my pillars of fire. So they're going to have to do a dex save of 15.
Okay. The 15 on the first roll, and a 14 plus 3 on the second roll, and enough on the third roll. So they all make their save, but I still think they take some.
They take
damage,
half
so,
damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So it's 9 total. So they take 4.
Okay. Perfect. So Arch and even Io kind of peeking in from the back, you would see all of a sudden this individual walk up. Arch, the captain, saying something to them, and them then holding up their hand, and these runes lighting and these pillars of fire burst up between the captain and the other 2 guards. So that will. Are you going to do anything else on your turn, Arch or Reggie?
I'm just continuing to walk back just a little bit further.
Okay. So it's at this point that you hear from behind you, fast footsteps approaching, and you kind of look over your shoulder and see 6 more of these blue scaled individuals starting to move towards you.
Oh. I'm going to have to change my course of action, and I'm going to stop backing up.
Okay.
I don't have any other actions I can take, though.
Perfect. Okay, so the other one is going to try and get at you. Fails miserably. Oh god. Okay. So they all try and do the same actions of trying to take out Sosin and trying to grab you, Arch, and they all fail. It's your turn now.
All right, so this time I'm going to start with Arch, or with having Sosin. Thinking about what Io has said, I'm just going to yell, Sosin, we could use an exit. And then instead of attacking the guards, I'd like Sosin to rush towards the, just leave them, head straight towards the wall, and see if he can punch through the wall itself and kind of open up another doorway.
For sure. So you see, Reginald, you would see this individual in this spectral-looking individual run through your pillars of fire, through the captain, through the gentleman in the doorway, and disappear into the building, and then you hear some loud banging. Arch, would you like to... well, number one, you can roll damage on the wall, but you can also use your ability if you would like to.
Yes, I will definitely use that. There
Okay.
is no spoon. Alright, so that's gonna do. Still learning all this new stuff. Alright, so going to strike that wall with a 21 and
Yeah.
a.
Just roll straight damage and,
Oh,
and
okay.
double it. Yeah, it's a wall, not an incredibly high DC.
Oh, 6 hours. Okay, so that's going to be 13 double damage because of that extra ability. Thank you, everybody. Boom, smash through that wall if I can.
Perfect. So 13 doubled, 26. Yeah, so Io, you see this spectral individual rush through Arch and into the room that you were in, and kind of pushes this chest out of the way and just reaches their hand back and pushes it forward. And even though they're kind of translucent and semi-transparent, the wall cracks and breaks open and just rubble falls. Arch, that'll bring us to you.
I will disengage and just run out the door and like
Perfect.
run past.
Okay.
Bye.
Sounds good. So Arch and Sosin then move into the adjacent building, and that brings us to Io.
Io is going as fast as she can. She sits up and she has this she has a cane, but she makes her way straight to that rubble of an exit.
For sure. Would Io like to use an ability to move a little bit quicker, possibly?
Yes, she would. We would get to use my broken but not bent. Well, bent, not broken.
But
Can't speak.
Perfect. So you see, you've never really, like, Io's always been in the building and carries a cane and has kind of moved a little bit slower in your interactions with the March. But after the wall breaks open and you rush through, Io all of a sudden just passes you and is looking in the next building. That'll bring us to Reginald. What would you like to do?
Io, I know a place. Make a right up there.
Okay.
So things are clearly not looking good, and I know that people who are likely on my side are inside that building,
Correct.
as far as I know.
Yep.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna duck right on out of here, okay? And I'd like to use another one of my abilities.
You definitely can.
You'll see in the center of Reggie's forehead an elaborate, almost hieroglyphic eye in like a dark gray color appear. And the eye is going to slowly start closing. And as it does, Reggie starts becoming transparent. And by the time the eye fully closes, Reggie disappears. And I'm using invisibility. And
You may do so.
and then I'd like to try and get into that building, try and sneak by the guards if I can,
For sure.
and get in there. I need backup.
Yep. So as you move, the captain kind of looks behind them and sees these giant pillars of fire that are raging behind them, and is like, and goes to move into the building, but the pillars have caught the front of the building on fire, and you manage to slip in front of them and past right before the door kind of falters and it stops their progress, and you hear just a commotion of the guards yelling behind, get this fire out and put this down. What the hell happened? I can't believe you allowed this. You couldn't get the cuffs on them quicker? And it's just like a bickering back and forth as you slip in and catch up to Io and Archibald.
I don't know who you are, but I got a place to lay low. Come on.
You don't see them. They are
my bad.
invisible. So
Never mind.
as you move through the next building into the next shop, what would the three of you like to do in this darkened interior of the next building?
I would like to see if I can guide Io, since she's suddenly fast, to a place that I kind of have a little clue about, like a little hideout maybe, that could maybe help me out a little bit right now.
Okay. Well, you're in the adjacent shop. So are you going to try and go out the door that's right beside the other shop, or are you going to try and continue breaking down walls and moving through?
Ooh, that's an interesting idea. You know what? I'll see if Sosin can do one more wall.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and just roll damage for Sosin.
Add criminal damage to all this. So does it count to take me up the combo since I've hit the last wall?
Go for it.
All right, so that's going to be a 11 and a 6.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Same thing happens. The wall just crumbles. And this leads you out into an alley. This is there's another shop with a door on the side that leads you out into an alley, and the three of you are able to get out. You still hear the commotion raging. They're probably in the building, maybe in hot pursuit. And it's about this time you start making... Where are you making your way to? Where are you leading the other two individuals, Archibald?
I want to take the back corners that I've took many a times, and this way and that way, to try and stay in as little sight as possible. But I'm guiding us to a place I've gone to several times to be able to, maybe fix this black eye and this now reopened gash on my nose and help us out.
Okay, so as you round the corner, getting to the next... Sorry, Reggie and Io, are you staying with this individual who appears to have a spectral form following them around?
Absolutely. This is getting interesting.
You both would hear, just so you know, I'm going to tag along, okay?
What was that? Where did you come from?
I'll drop invisibility.
So as you round a corner,
what's going on.
As you round a corner and start walking down a street, Nemo, you are in your typical position, perched atop JJ's, surveying the streets, which has been pretty much the spot where you've stayed ever since you heard about the explosion in Piltover, knowing that more than likely trouble is coming. And as you kind of look down the street again, you see three individuals. Well, 3.5, as there's like a shimmery, wavy figure that is also alongside one of the individuals, heading directly towards Nisha's shop. What would Nemo like to do?
Immediately get behind the scope and zoom in to see if he recognizes any of these people.
Sure. Roll a perception check for me.
Cool.
Nemo, what is Nemo's dark vision range?
Well, I'm going to kind of click the sunglasses he's wearing, and this small green mist fills the lens, and that bumps my dark vision to 120 feet and gives me advantage on perception.
Perfect.
So let's see, 15 plus a lot. Yeah, that'll be a 21.
21. So it doesn't take long. You have a passing recognition of all three individuals because Nemo likes to spend a lot of time up here and watching all of the people. So you at one point would have seen all three of them kind of passing by. But the one individual that you are quite aware of is Archibald.
Ah, hell. Well, let's see. Do you think we should actually tell her that, no, maybe not. We could. Is there anybody behind them?
Not at the moment, but as they get closer, you do see one individual come out into the street and start walking down towards. Your previous perception check, I'll call as good. You kind of realign your scope and re-look down the street, and you see an individual clad in blue. You know who these are. They're enforcers. This one kind of walking is at a quickened pace and is just starting to be able to spot Io, Archibald, and Reginald. And you kind of watch them as they're going. And as they start picking up pace, they appear to be pulling out what looks like a whistle.
Really? Cool. I'll use my cantrip of prestidigitation, amplify my voice and go, hey guys, you might want to get down, and take a shot at the enforcer.
Okay. Are you taking just a regular shot, or are you going to
I'm just taking a regular shot right now.
Sure. Go for it.
Because it's just a normal enforcer. It doesn't seem that bad. Okay, well, nope, things just got gross. That's an 18 on the die.
Okay.
I'm +8 because I'm aiming, so I'm going to use a marksman point
Sure.
to bump that to a critical using assassin psychology. I'll use a second marksman point because it's now because it's a hit for academic kill. And I will use my third marksman point for hollow point, rolling 3 times the damage dice. So it looks like I'm rolling 3d8 plus 2d6. I want him to go bye-bye. Okay. Oh, dear Lord. 15, 19, 21, 24 points of piercing damage.
Or that's double. Do I need to double that, or is
No,
that...
no, that's including, that's 3 times the damage dice.
Okay, perfect.
And the academic kill.
So the three of you hear this voice come from somewhere. You're not quite sure where. Archibald might have a slight idea from the amount that they frequent this part of the slums, but then all of a sudden you hear, you just hear this giant...
Hey, no, really, you might want to get down.
You just hear this giant shot ring out. And as you kind of look behind you, you see an enforcer missing an arm now.
Oh.
That is dropped to the ground, and they are standing there stunned. What would everybody like to do?
Gotta hand it to him.
Okay, he's with us. It's okay. I know it's loud, but just keep going that way. It's okay. We'll be all right.
I'm gonna lean over to the pipe and go, hey, Niche, that guy that gets hit a bunch, Stretch, he's showing up. He's got some friends, and, well, I just kind of disarmed an enforcer.
We have talked about you shooting from the roof, all right? Was it at least worth it?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have an arm, literally, and it looks like he's bleeding out, and looks like he was going to, do something with, that Stretch guy, but...
Are there more people coming?
Well, I don't see anybody. There's Stretch, and there's that kind of, weird culty girl that's always hanging around, and that dude with the, yeah, I think so, and the guy that, with those weird socks, and some kind of blue guy. I don't know about the blue guy. This is a weird thing.
Great. Okay. Shit. And Niche was tending to someone kind of downstairs in this shop. It's this kind of old remains of what used to look like a deli. It used to look like it had a deli counter on one side and maybe some equipment from what was once a bakery at some point in the past. But these days, most of the tables have been moved out. We can see there's some amount of medical supplies here and there. And you can see that there's places where people have probably spent the night down on what used to be booths of kind of the restaurant portion of, once again, what this place used to be and has now kind of become. And Niche will kind of pat the front of their clothes and walk to the front door to open it.
Okay. So as that's happening, Nemo, you kind of, after this conversation, look back down through your scope to get eyes on the guard again, as the other 3 individuals, or 3.5 individuals, are rushing towards the building, and you see the guard bending down and trying to grab the whistle out of their other hand. So I'm going to, we're going to do a contested roll-off.
Okay.
Your attack versus this individual's acrobatics to see if they can get to the whistle before you are able to pull the trigger again.
Cool. Yep.
So
Tail
if
just,
you're going to use summoner spells or any items or anything, say it before we roll. I'm using all 8 of mine.
Oh, hell. Okay. I'm currently sitting on 3. Yeah, I'm going to burn all 3. Just
Thank you so much, everybody, for the summoner spells, giving those bits. It is so appreciated.
I wonder if I should post this in the Discord.
Did you roll a natural 20?
That's a natural 20.
Okay,
and
so
I'm +8 while aiming, +3 summoner points. Can you beat a 31?
Is aiming a bonus action or anything like that?
No, I just automatically get it if I do not move.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, I rolled a 13 plus 8 is 21 plus. So what is your total?
31.
31? Wow. That was a pretty good roll for them. And they still failed. So you may take another shot if you want to.
Yeah.
But thanks for using all your summoner spells.
Oh, yeah, no, I burned them
just
all.
remember 300 bits to give summoner spells to the cast. Or me, if you want to see me.
All right, let's see. 11 plus 8 is 19 to hit.
19. Where am I? 19 actually misses. So in your haste to readjust, the target bending down kind of makes it smaller, and you misjudge by just a second, getting excited with the thought and the thrill of a kill, another notch on your sniper rifle, and you pull the trigger and the bullet just ricochets and hits the already shot off arm. And so it moves the whistle a bit, but they are able to grab it and blow the whistle. It's at about this point that the rest of you are at the door, and as you walk up to this closed building, Archibald leading the way, Niche opens the door.
Neat. Hi. Funny story. You're never gonna believe it. I got punched in the face with a chair. I got punched in the face with a fist. I think I got punched in the face with an elbow. There's some other people.
We can talk later. Come on, get inside, or are we? I have told you not to bring people to my shop who are following you, but here we are again. Come, can I fix your face?
Please. I think it's broke.
I wish. And Niche, mumbling to herself, will reach forward and just gently touch the parts of his face that are particularly messed up. And then with her other hand, they start to gather in energy from around them. Their hand kind of whips out and seems to collect this kind of green, inky substance that just sort of comes from the air and then manifests in their hand. And then with the other that's touching Arch's face, we see this kind of soft red energy begin to pour into him. Arch, you will heal 18 points of damage.
He immediately runs to the closest mirror. It's like, oh.
Now, do you think really now is the time for that?
I mean, when isn't the time to make sure you shine, you know? But actually, good point. Maybe we should run.
What's the deal with the enforcers?
I don't know. They opened the door and all of a sudden they were punching me. I don't remember what you did to me.
Nothing.
It's at this point, too, that the spectral image kind of wavers and dissipates and walks over and grabs Arch by the hand. And does anybody have a passive perception over 15? Except for Nemo, because Nemo hasn't come down yet. He's
15.
probably finishing off the guard, even though they got to blow the whistle.
Oh, yeah.
So, Niche, you would be the only one that notices this. Archibald has like a chain with a pendant wrapped around their hand right now. And when this individual comes up and grabs that hand, it almost looks like they get sucked into this pendant. And Archibald, make another Constitution save for me.
Did you steal that? Is that why they're following you?
I didn't steal anything this time. I actually lost. Okay, and yes, I paid up. After I ran, they caught me. They beat me up. Then I paid up. But I paid up this time.
And also, thank you so much, Miss Mindykins, for bringing 3 new champions into the pool.
Oh.
Showing all that love. What was your Constitution save?
That would be a
Arch?
5.
A 5? All of a sudden, you kind of give your head a shake, and you look around, and you're in this room with one individual or 2 individuals that you recognize, and one that you don't. You have no memory. The last thing you remember is sitting at the table with Io.
I point at Reggie, and I'm like, "Hi there, I'm Archibald Archipelago. There's no letter abbreviations, numeric specifications, or doctoral pontifications. Archibald's kind of long, so just call me Arch. It's short, it's simple. You're sure to remember it. I'm definitely going to remember you. What's your name, sir?"
Well, I have to say, that was a lot of words you just said just now. My name is Reginald, but my friends just call me Arch. Nope, that's not true. Reggie.
We're twins.
First episode jitters, right?
Well, pleasure to meet your acquaintance, Reggie. I love when we have short names for, people. Io, though, she's just already short name. I love it. It's simple. Again, easy to remember. And can you forget that? And then just kind of like Vanna White wave over Io.
Archibald, did you hit your head?
I don't have a clue what we're doing or where we're at, if I'm honest. Anish, where's Nemo?
Gunshot.
Oh, there he is. Every time.
So you are able, Nemo, to take down that enforcer, but you've been able to clock some of the passings and goings. Enforcer presence has picked up a lot over the last couple of weeks, but you're guessing with what happened yesterday that you're still not sure about what the actual deal was, that their response times are going to be even quicker. So you would know that there's likely a larger force on the way.
My tail curls back, grabs another magazine, and just clicks it into the rifle. Hey, Niche, Enforcer's dead, so, yeah, I think we're good now.
How many more came to replace them?
None. I got him. I blew his arm off. He went for the whistle. He kind of went, beep, and then he's just gone. He's down. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Did the whistle go off?
Kinda.
Lovely. That means we're gonna have friends.
Well, don't worry.
Nemo, make a deception check for me.
Oh, god damn. With my dub stat.
You
cool.
have an ability that you could use if you want.
I think that's only with saving throws, though.
Nope. You can use.
Is it?
You can use your.
Oh yeah,
your
on all
ability.
charisma checks. Yeah, I'm 100% burning my first ability.
Okay,
then.
and that'll be against your insight niche. Please.
God, this is gonna suck. Oh, not bad. 14 minus 1 is 13.
Niche closes her eyes and breathes out heavily, listening very closely to the intonation from Nemo. And she will spend one of her abilities. This is the first one, Empower.
Yep.
And giving her a total of a 17.
17. So you've known Nemo's been protecting your shop for quite a while now. You know when he's full of shit, and right now he's full of shit.
Niche moves across the room quickly, grabs a leather bag. It kind of looks like a fanny pack, clips it around their waist, then moves back to the pipe and almost presses their head against it and says, just soft enough so that she knows their voice will carry up to where Nemo is. I need you to breathe. And I need you to look at me.
Okay. Yeah, are we going out the back then?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 30. And
Also-
Give me a second.
starts packing shit up.
While you're packing stuff up, Nemo, you should also say thanks to James who gave Nemo 5 more summoner spells.
Oh yeah!
That's
I might need them real quick before I get
That's-
off this rooftop.
That's a crazy amount of biddies. Thank you so much, James. Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
James.
everybody in the Forge fam, for all of your support
Oof.
tonight. We will continue. So, what happens?
Yeah, I'm gonna pack everything up and slowly, keeping the rifle trained down the alley, slowly step back.
So, as you're stepping back and right before you're about to dip down into the thing, you see 4 individuals rush into the street towards the enforcer.
Fuck.
These ones, you've studied them quite a bit. These ones don't appear to be any of the upper class. They're more of the questioner, grab the civilian types. But there is 4 of them. And as they investigate the body, one of them kind of looking over, looks up. I'll get you to make a stealth check.
Cool. I
have
am going.
Another ability that you could use if you
Yeah,
like to.
I'm 100%. I think that would be my level 2.
That is your level 2.
So yeah, I'm definitely going to back up an additional 20 feet and get that advantage on dex checks.
Yep.
So ooh, that'll be lovely. So that is a 12 plus a 7 for 19.
So this individual rolled a 17 on the die
Uh-oh.
and has a +3, which gives them a dirty 20. So you are trying to back up quickly, but you packed up your stuff very fast. And as you go to turn, you instinctively drop your rifle, which, like, to sling it around your shoulder on the pack, which you always forget because of your shorter stature being of a Vestayan.
Yeah.
And a loud clang hits as the barrel hits one of the pipes and you see the individual as you're ducking down in. They're over there on
God
that roof.
damn it. It's either that or the Mohawk. Niche, we have company. Slide down the pipe.
Look, Niche, there was another one back there that was really tough. If that one gets here, we might need to run. You know, sometimes these work on a why do I have a brass knuckle on? I don't look. If the big one comes, we're gonna be in trouble. So do you have like hideout, back door? I'm a fan of running instead of going that way. We should totally go that way.
Right, I don't have a backup hideout for my hideout. You kind of just burned this one. So here we are.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset at that too. That's a really lovely rooftop. You can see the river. It's really nice.
Hi, Nemo. So good to see you. You see
Uh-huh.
the-
Yeah.
okay.
Nice seeing you, Stretch. Nice, yeah. Well done.
I just got it fixed, and I don't want. Okay.
Save it.
There are plenty of places to disappear down here.
What are the 5
If
of you
we-
doing?
I'm looking out the window.
Let's run.
How many exits are there to this building?
How much time do you spend here? It's not much if you're asking.
I've never been inside, actually.
Oh my gosh, and Just Dorky Teacher, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Raiders, to the first premiere episode of Become Legend, a Ultramodern 5 actual play hosted here on the Freeforge. Thank you for sharing and trusting your community with us.
All right, well, there's 4 of them coming, and they're the kind of grabby ones. You know, the ones that are like, hey, come here, handcuffs, all the shitty stuff. So, yeah, we better get going because there's probably a captain coming too.
There's another wall we can break.
nope, no more walls. This place is already busted to shit. And Niche is walking around, grabbing a tool here, grabbing a roll of gauze, picking up different things as quickly as they can, shoving them inside of that pack, and then flicking off the lights. Let's go. Where?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have a secret place you could take us to? And Niche is looking at Reginald.
I mean, I'm relatively new to these parts. I don't know my way around very well, but best I can do is hold them off for a little bit. I can do that.
That sounds good.
Wait, what? Pulling up them socks? Yeah, all right. I'm looking out the window. Is anyone else coming around that corner?
They are still at the body, but are just starting to get up and move down the street to your direction.
Same four, no captain, no bigger dude,
Same
nothing
four.
like that?
Yep.
Okay.
You watch how you talk to me.
Hey, do you know who I am? I may actually be older than you.
I'll come by and just like throw my hand over your mohawk real quick. I'm like, Nemo,
Stretch, don't touch my stuff.
he helped us. He actually probably saved Io and I from being stuck in that building.
Oh, that's really nice. What did
I
he do?
don't
Set the
remember
whole
that.
place on fucking fire?
I remember fire. It got warm really fast.
I was just joking. You actually set it on fire?
There was
Oh.
a fire.
Fuck. All right. Niche, I got 4. That means there's going to be more.
Niche, I'm really set on this running plan. I think it's brilliant. I mean, you know,
Niche nods and walks out the front of the shop, ready to go.
perfect.
She really
See-
doesn't want to fight them in her home.
You went out the front?
Yeah.
I'm stepping right in front of you.
So you see these 4 individuals have now left the body and are probably about half the distance towards you. And as soon as you walk out of the building, you hear, "You there! Stop!" And they are going to start pursuing.
Can I ask how wide is the street or the alleyway?
The streets in Zon are not very wide. It's probably like 15 feet max between the building fronts that you are in and the ones across the side.
Ooh. Okay. Let me handle this. There seems to be a bit of a misunderstanding. Just hold on. And Reggie's gonna put up his hands, and on his knuckles are gonna be these little asterisk runes, and these little sparks are gonna come out and start going up their fingers, like the fuse on a stick of dynamite kind of thing. And about 10 feet in front of these enforcers that are coming towards us, similar sparks are going to appear in the air, and they're going to kind of move and extend and branch off and branch, and they're connecting with each other, and they're creating these interwoven diamond shapes that goes up and it goes to the sides of the street. And it just looks like a chain link fence made out of pure fire. And I'm casting fire barrier, or blazing barrier, pardon me.
Okay.
So if they get too close, they have to make a save.
Okay. Perfect. So while they start to move towards you, Candle, thank you so much for giving a summoner spell to Niche. And I believe somebody named Reggie, but the R and E are capitalized, gave one to Reggie. So,
Nice.
Reggie, enjoy your other summoner spell.
Yay.
As you do your thing, I'll come like over your shoulder and be like, "No, you stop! No, I like your socks."
Thank you. This doesn't last very long. We best be going.
Okay,
Sorry, it was
Sparkles.
Fluid that gave you one, Reggie.
All right, you are not from here, but you can stay if you can do that.
So what kind of save do they need to make?
It is a Dex save.
Natural 20 on
15.
the first one,
God damn it.
a 5 on the second one, and a natural 20 on the third one.
Come on!
Can we use our points to bring that down?
And
Yeah.
sure, if you want to, but it's
Both of mine.
both of yours. All right, I'll allow it.
I'll use one.
How many do you want to use, Io? Two?
Probably
Alright.
still saves.
So that means 2 of them will fail, 2 of them will still save. So what's happening to 2 of them as they try and walk into this hypnotic pattern that you've described?
The flames just kind of push out a little bit, and they get a little too close, and they're gonna feel the heat, and they're gonna take 26 damage on a fail,
Okay.
and half as much on a success.
Oh gosh. Okay, so as they move into this barrier, 2 of them erupt, and it's fiery, correct? Like it's so 2 of them actually erupt into flames, and start like immediately stop, drop, and roll. They watched the public service announcements when they were younger, and oh my gosh, we have a hype train coming in right now. Our second hype train of the night. Thank you so much. That's another one for, or sorry, Deej out here dropping so many bits.
Wow.
Giving 1 to each player and to me. So thank you so much, Deej, our fearless leader and producer of this show. And Fluid giving another one to Trevor, and another one to, or sorry, giving one to Nemo and another one to Arch. And we have already completed a level 1 hype train, it looks like. My gosh. So I am going to give Nemo back their first ability. I'm going to give Niche back their first ability. And
That
I'm
actually
going to
says
give-
level 2 complete, Summoner.
Yep. It's going faster than I can activate the abilities. So you will all get your second abilities back as well. Thank you so much for making my life harder. All of the summoners out there. My gosh, Merg's coming in. Candle coming in with another gifted sub.
Wow.
Mergs, my darling wife, coming in with 5 more gifted subs. So 2 of these. Oh, we've got another one for Trevor and another one for Arch. Or sorry, Nemo and Arch.
Just give me one
And
guy to
Io
shoot.
and myself.
One
So-
guy to shoot.
That's fine. So 2 of them burst into flame and stop, drop, and roll. The other 2 kind of like get little patches of flame on them that they patch out. And the 2 that kind of pat their things out both take out whistles as well and start blowing them as they're rushing towards you. So it's at this point I'm going to ask everybody to roll a new initiative round.
Let's go.
I'm going to use all 5 of my summoner points on this initiative roll. 22.
22, okay. I rolled a natural 1 and yeah. So, sorry. Let's go in order here. Arch, please.
9.
9, okay. Reginald,
Can you believe I rolled another natural 1?
Oh.
Yes.
So what does that give you for an initiative overall?
A 1.
A 1? Okay.
Yep.
You have no initiative bonus? Oh, you
Nope.
gotta hang around with the lemur more.
Io, please.
Ooh.
Okay. You said 22 niche, correct?
22.
And Nemo,
And he won.
21?
Yep.
Double N coming in hot here.
Jack.
And then
Nemo just
Okay.
unslings his rifle, looks back to Niche, and winks.
oh my gosh, we are almost finished a level 4 hype train. We have another one for Io. Thank you, Tony, the wonderful Tony. If it's the Tony I'm thinking of, that's the Tony from Stay Alive. Another amazing production on the Free Forge that is getting a season 3, y'all. Let's go. Julian giving another one to Arch, so stay tuned for details on that. All of you get another one.
Oh,
Thanks to Worrier. Candle giving another one to Niche. So I'll give Niche 2.
Go.
Mindy giving one to Niche, so I'll give Niche 3. And Julian giving one to Reggie. I think I'm all caught up now. Mindy will yell at me if I'm wrong. Looks like we're good. Level 3 complete, so also... Oh my gosh. I'm also going to give Reggie his 3rd ability back. And I'm going to give Nemo his 2nd ability back because I hadn't done that yet. So,
It's okay.
top of the round. It is going to be Niche. What would you like to do?
Niche looks back at Nemo. When he winks, she just grins. This wicked part of her mouth curls up, and they take a step forward towards the enforcers, seemingly empowered by this blaze that Reggie put up. All right, fine, maybe we play a bit before we head out. And Niche will extend a hand towards one of the enforcers who blew a whistle,
Okay.
and she reaches and reaches, and nothing seems to happen at first. And then she grabs and starts to yank. And we see this like red, inky, dark, blood looking like energy just start to rip out of him. I think someone else could use this. And Niche activates her ultimate. Exchange.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
I need a DC 18 Constitution saving throw.
Honesty. This is not a big one. Con is +2. Do you want to use any? Oh my gosh, Dryad T, one of the wonderful sponsors of Stay Alive. Thank you so much for bringing 5 champions to the realm.
Yes.
We are almost finished that level 5, it looks like. So, oh gosh. Niche might just get their ultimate back right away. They roll. Do you want to use any of your summoner spells too?
I'll
to
use all
bring it
3.
down? You're gonna use all 3? Okay.
I'll use all 3.
They will fail in that case then.
And they will take 44
Oh my
points
gosh.
of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Oh, dear God.
Wow. Bob, thank you so much for gifting 5 summoners. And it looks like Candle is giving Reggie another one, and Fluid is giving Reggie another summoner spell. So Reggie just racking up the summoner spells, and Bob gifting another 5. And it looks like we have. I'm gonna wait for the cue from the mods, but I think we've completed another level 5. You said 44 damage?
44 points of necrotic damage.
Cool. So, how do you remove this individual from the rift, Niche?
That energy starts to pull from them, red and just like dripping from their body, and it almost seems like the blood is being pulled out of them. and then it just starts to come towards Niche and soak into their own body, and we can see her just almost shaking as this comes inside of her, and her eyes almost flash that same terrible red color, and then they go green for just a second. And in this moment where Niche is just consuming this person entirely, their body just falls and goes limp in kind of two piles. And then Niche will turn around, extending the other hand towards another member of the group. Archibald has been fixed up. Does she see anyone else cut up or injured at all?
Doesn't appear to be at the moment.
And in that, Niche will just close her hand and take a long, shaky breath. Are you sure you want to come after us? And she's done.
Okay, so I will really quickly... I will get you to make a Constitution saving throw as well as a result of you using your ultimate.
Can I also trigger another ability?
Of course you can.
I will just barely make the DC by using my second ability, Empower.
Perfect.
And
so
takes
you
another deep
take
breath.
no damage, allowing the life force to leave your body without harming you. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Niche?
That's it.
That'll bring us to Nemo.
Just laughing watching that. It's like, I love it when you turn them into goo like that. That's so great. Hey, look, there's another one. Just pulls off his shot.
Okay, go for it.
That's going to be 16 on the die plus 8. Yeah, 24.
24 will hit, I guess.
Maybe just making sure. Let's see. I still have a couple marksman talent points left. So I'm going to burn one for academic kill to do another 2d6, and yeah, that's it on that one. Actually, no. I'm going to use my ability for free, Systemic Inflammation. I need him to make a... Let's see.
It's your third ability, correct?
Yeah, that's 3. It's plus 8, DC of 8, plus... I should have written this down. 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, DC of 15 con save, please.
Okay.
And his damage will be...
That's natural 1!
Oh, really? That's too bad.
Yeah.
So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of piercing damage, plus he is poisoned for 1 minute.
Perfect. What does this shot look like as it's different from the typical shots that you take?
Nemo just kind of like raises it, looks for a second, goes, yeah, time to use this one, and switches the cartridge really quick, firing off this just green tracer round that plugs the guy, and you just see this quick gas just and just I like that. You're gonna rot from the inside, asshole.
And as the bullet kind of catches them in the shoulder, they let out a and they start to walk forward, and then they kind of stumble, and yeah, you can see this like festering wounds start to pull out around them. Bringing, are you moving
right.
or anything else?
No, I'm standing still. I'm just in the middle of the alley, gun drawn, mohawk back, kind of glancing off to Niche, going, "Yep, time for holes, not time to plug them."
Okay, that will bring us to them. 2 of them are prone on the ground. They're going to stand up, kind of the last of the flames from Reggie's initial spell wearing off, and start running towards you, both pulling out. Sorry?
So my flame wall lasts for a minute.
Well, they're able to move through.
They got through it?
Yeah,
Okay,
they got
okay.
through it, but
Okay,
when they came
gotcha.
out the other side, they were on fire and dropped, and so
Sorry.
they get up and start moving towards you. The whistles at this point are blowing quite loudly from the three that are still alive. The third one pulls out a small pistol and is going to take a shot at the only one with a weapon that seems to have fired at them, which is Nemo.
Come on.
So that's going to be a... I'm going to get the right music on, sorry. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
Not if I burn 2 of my sorcerer points to drop that to a 15, which is under my armor class.
Do snipers have sorcerer points?
No. Sorry, summoner.
Oh, your summoner points. Okay.
Yeah, I can use those against you, right?
Yep. I'm
Cool.
allowing it. So we'll take 2 of those off, and you just managed to kind of duck the bullet, kind of like whizzing past or whizzing through your mohawk, like taking a couple of hairs off.
Oh, that's it. No one touches the dew.
So it's at this point from a break in the alley as well. Niche, you would notice this. Actually, you all would because they're running right out. 5 more blue-clad individuals run right out from the alley beside Niche's shop, closing in on you quite quickly. They're probably right within striking distance, and that will bring us to Archibald.
So, do I need to do any kind of roll or anything right now?
Yes, you need to make a Constitution save for me, please.
That's going to be an 8.
An 8?
Correct.
Okay. So you instinctively find yourself like clutching your amulet and you're panicking and getting ready for this whatever's going to happen. Take your turn as normal, please.
Okay. Kind of like shakes his like, I feel good. There's 2 of them, right?
There is 3 still down the road from you, but 4 more just ran in from a side street in front of you.
Okay, I can do this. I don't want to like dirty my jacket though. And he starts to take off his jacket. He's like, this is a Mary Nix. So I don't want to, this is fancy. And he kind of like starts to set it down. And then he's like, you know what, on second thought. And then he puts it back on. No, I'm gonna stay back here. And he like reaches in and he brandishes a revolver. And I'm just gonna like aim. I think I can do this. And I'm gonna go ahead and fire off a round at one of the guys. I rolled a 2. So that's only going to take me up to 4 total.
You shakily kind of raise the pistol and fire at one of the ones, but as you're firing, you see the other 4 coming in from the side alley, and you try, and they're closer. So you try and adjust your aim as you're shooting and end up firing just goalpost between all of them.
Oh man, I'm no good at this stuff. And as I'm putting the revolver back in, I'm gonna go ahead and use that Sosin again. The level, the ultimate.
The ultimate ability?
Yeah.
All right. So after taking this shot and missing, you start backing up and grab your pendant again, and this time this blue light kind of escapes from it as it wraps its way around your hand, and splitting out from you is this second form again that everybody has already seen.
And it just runs, just kind of like almost skipping, like it will take a couple steps and then kind of blurs out of existence, and then a few feet forward it's back into existence, and then it just does that until it gets to the closest one. And if I may, I'd like to take my 2 attacks with him.
So
Or
you
is that
can
next
do
round?
that, but
Okay.
you can do that, but that would be the end of the turn, which would
Okay.
you would be, well, you wouldn't know that, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, go for it.
All right. I'm gonna do 2 attacks, right?
Yep.
So the first one is an 18, and the next one, 21.
21. Both will hit.
All right, and then so the first one's damage. Let's see, that's a D6. 6, and the next one 5. Rolled low on that one, but I got a. I'm gonna go ahead and use the other special if I can, and do. Let's get interesting. Let's do. I can do Bone Breaker, I believe. Double check that second spell. Not spell, but ability. Yeah, I'm gonna jump to tier 3 on my combo.
Yep.
And I'm gonna use Bone Breaker, so you're gonna double that damage. So all that is doubled.
Okay. So you see Sosin skip 15, 20 feet down the road to this new target that has rushed out from the side, and they perform this flurry of blows on them. The individual kind of like dropping to one knee, taking all of these hits and then getting back up, and they look pretty devastated by it. Unfortunately, at the end of your turn, all of a sudden the spectral kind of tether that seems to be connecting you and Sosin starts to flicker. I need you to make a Constitution save for me, please.
Oh. That one's a 10.
10. So all of a sudden you see, even though Sosin is trying to fight and continue attacking, their form snaps back and your pendant goes back around your neck, ending the turn too far away from each other. The tether is broken, unfortunately, and you have no memory of any of that happening, Arch.
I think I'm gonna take this jacket off because I don't want. And I mean, it's a Marion Nix. I don't want to.
That'll bring us to Io.
Io.
There are 4 individuals, probably about 15, 20 feet away from you.
Io is going to use, since everyone's using their ultimate abilities, Io is going to use theirs and their stunning presence. And so a black mist is released, and those of which who are nearby them can see. Suddenly Io changes. She looks almost more attractive to, and it's different to everyone. It's stunning. It's gorgeous and beautiful and haunting. And she would like to charm all that are nearby.
So you can get all 5 with the radius that you are able to. They can all see you.
Absolutely.
So they will all try and make their saves.
What? Oh my god.
3. That's 12. That's a 2. That's a 5. That's a 6. So all 5 fail.
So all of them are stunned
Yeah. So you see
by my
these.
presence.
So the rest of you, as you're watching, you see this black mist and Io kind of make this gesture, and the 4 individuals that just came out, one of them just recovering from the beating, all 4 of them starting to move your direction, stop mid-stride and freeze in place. And you can see little quivers like they're trying to move, but they just aren't able to. Oberius, thank you so much for giving Arch another summoner spell. And Nemo, you're still aiming kind of down your scope at this one that you shot in the shoulder, and you see they're recovering and like starting to come over, and they too lock up and freeze. 5 of these 7 now all seem to be incapacitated, and based off of what just happened, it looks like it was probably Io that did it.
Hey, that's not a bad trick. You know, if you get them to do that all in a line, I could see how many I can shoot through with one bullet.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Oh, I like your style.
And that will bring us to Reggie.
So you said there are 7 altogether?
There are 4 that are stunned about 20 feet away from you, and then
Okay.
the other 3, one of which is stunned, are about 10 feet behind them.
Okay. Okay. I'm also going to use my ultimate.
Oh God! Why did I sign up for this again? Why did I make these with you?
Is everybody? Are we clumped together? Are we all within 5 feet of each other, kind of thing? Pretty much. Feels
You
like
would
we're
all be
pretty close.
very close to each other, yeah.
Perfect. That's exactly what I want.
I would say actually the only one that would be Arch, because they had moved a little bit forward to move to. So
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Arch has lots of summoner spells. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully. So as things have been going down, Reggie's kind of been like tensing up and like kind of hunching a little bit more than normal. But it's gonna get to the point where it's just maybe a little too much for them, and they're kind of freaking out. And you see, starting at their beard, this bright orange line go up across the forehead, and it creates this elaborate rune of a sun. But it's quickly overtaken as Reggie's skin shimmers and flows with the brilliant reds and oranges and yellows. Their skin looks like magma, and the wind is going to start picking up around them. And as the wind kind of whips by, it picks up these colors and creates this fiery wind sphere surrounding all of us except Arch. Sorry. And the wind continues to pick up, and it builds intensity until it kind of hits this crescendo, and Reggie, he just lets out this like piercing scream, and the wind explodes out on a massive scale, and anybody within an 80-foot radius that's not within 5 feet has to make a dex save of 18. Please.
Oh my gosh.
Roll high, Arch.
2, 11, 5, 12. Oh, that's a natural 19. So 1 saves.
Okay.
Oh. No, because that one would have been the stunned one, so they automatically fail. Actually, 5 of them automatically fail because they're stunned.
Yeah.
So I'm
Wow.
just gonna roll.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All 7 fail.
This is team
Awesome.
comp
Fun.
coming together.
Yep.
Wow.
This is what we like to call stacking ultimates in a team fight, which is really good job.
So I have a question. If
Yeah.
I were to hit 18, is that a save? Or do I have to be above 18?
Yeah, meet it or
No.
beat it.
Meet it or beat it. Yeah.
Because I rolled a 12, so I'm going to use all 6 of them points. My cousin O'Berry is coming in at the end to save me with that one extra
right.
one.
Yep.
Nice.
That's what they're there for. Good. Nice job.
Okay, and I would, again, sorry, Arch, I would like to use some of my summoner's points. Because
Oh, no.
anybody who fails,
Yep.
it's 38 fire damage, but I'd like to use how many do I have? 11.
You have
I'd like to
11.
use 10
Okay.
to
To
add
make it
10 to the
48?
damage,
Holy
Yes.
Christ.
Okay.
and half as much on a save.
Nobody saved because they were all
Well, Arch
stunned by
saved.
IO. So
Thank you for pointing that out.
so you take 24 points of damage,
Okay.
Archibald.
And I kind of like go, ah, you know, and then I like look back and I'm so glad I took the jacket off. What was that about?
Reggie,
Yes.
describe your pentakill for me.
Huh? Goodness.
It's all but two of them failed.
Wow.
Are dead.
So the fire wind kind of explodes out, and as it does, it actually it goes towards them and sort of circles around them a little bit and sets them on fire until their faces also look like magma, but then their skin melts away and they just fall to the ground.
Awesome. Yep. And you see, like, barely even able to let out a gasp or a scream because the fire takes their breath away, eating the oxygen to burn its coals. You see 5 of them just cease to exist all of a sudden. James, thank you so much for reloading Niche with another 5 summoner spells as well.
Nice.
I already put them on there. So it is at this point, so 2 of them are left but are on fire again.
They're on fire, they're blind, and they're deafened.
Yep.
Until the end of my next turn.
Yep.
Oh my god!
They are. So they are, like, trying to pad out flames and screaming. It would be at this point, Nemo, you see further down, just through the flickering flames, you see 1 individual, then 4 more behind them. 4 more behind them. There seems to be a whole brigade of enforcers that have heard this whistle, being led by 1 individual that has 2 stars on their helmet. Not hat, but are...
Helmet?
Yes. You haven't seen an individual like this in your time in Zon before. They're about 150 feet away, but all seem to be marching in order. Best your count, make a perception check for me, really quick.
Clicking
Actually, everybody can make a perception check for me if you.
I am 100% using a second charge on my aviators because I need to know what's going on this. Woo boy! Okay. What's my perception?
Arch, perception check.
Mine is an 11.
Yeah. Okay. Reggie.
It's like a 4.
Io.
18.
Still recovering from the blast of light let out. Niche.
24.
And Nemo.
22.
So Niche and Nemo, you would be the only 2 that would notice. There's probably 24 individuals charging down the street now. You can both make out 1 has a helmet that has 2 stars on it. 3 behind them have hats with a star on them. And they're all rushing your direction as the bright lights, the flashes, the whistle blows, the gunshots have attracted quite a lot of attention in the slums that were once quiet because of the lockdown that has been happening. That brings us to the top of the order. Niche, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Niche, run.
Kind of like old times,
Now
right?
your turn.
And Niche runs, but towards Archie. And this energy that's just kind of been crackling inside of them, almost making their body shake with power. Niche reaches down and will put another hand on Archie's face the same way that she had before. And this time there's so much energy pouring out of their body, and it's going to heal everything that he took from the fire coming and grasping at him. It almost looks like as the burns are starting to sink into his skin, the magic is coming to form new skin to make him fresh. And Niche just lets out this, all right, get up, we need to go.
Niche, real quick, is my hair okay?
I do not care about your hair. I care about you getting off of your fucking ass and running in the other direction, all right?
Oh, okay, yeah, let's go.
And don't worry, I have a hand mirror in my bag, so we can make you look pretty later.
Nemo, that'll bring us to you.
Arch, did you take more than half of your hit points?
That'd be a affirmative.
Cool. As a
But
bonus action, I'm using a tactical point from Militarist and pointing at you and going, get the fuck out of here now. And you can either move immediately up to 20 feet or make a disengage action.
I will immediately move up to the 20 feet and say, why is everyone using such harsh language at me? I didn't do anything.
And then I will just turn to everybody and say, fucking go now, and hold up the rifle. And I'm using my ultimate against the fucking dual star helmet boy. I am using one shot, one kill.
Cool. So, describe to me what this looks like as you land this critical strike.
It is just everything, the whole world for Nemo just slows down, feels his breath, remembers those times during the Noxan War in Ionia, and just goes, okay, we can do this. We can do this. We need to do this now. And just slowly presses the trigger and watches it just rifles, aiming right between the two stars.
Perfect. Dump all of your marksman points, your maximum, into this attack, and roll all that damage for me. Really quick.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of.
While you're doing that, Dr. Dogballs, thank you so much for giving 3 more summoner spells to Archibald.
He's a doctor.
We did complete another level 2 hype train tonight, level 5 hype train tonight, which is giving them their ultimates, which is probably saving their lives right now, along with the summoner spells. Thank you all so much. You have no idea how much it means to us on our first night to hit 2 level 5 hype trains. I believe the first one was over 300% and the second one was over 100%. So you have no idea what it means to us. Thank you so much.
All right, so this is disturbing. Oh, dear God. 16, 21, 29, plus with twitchy fingers, make immediate additional attack using the same weapon as the same attack action. Oh, dear God, which is also a 17 plus 8 for a 24.
That'll hit.
Okay, so then it's an additional D8 for 6. So it's 29, 33, 36 points.
Cool. So the shot rings out and you see the captain do that like slow motion, the general do that like slow motion taken off their feet, fully vertical, fully horizontal, and hit the ground. And you kind of release your breath and the world comes back into view, the fire crackling, all of that raging, and you look down your scope again and see them start to lift their head as they start to get up again.
Yeah, that didn't quite work. Everybody go now. 2 blocks down, 1 block over, hang a right, now.
Arch, as you turn and start running based off of the previous action that was given to you by Nemo, you look and see probably 100 feet down the other, as you're running, more of these blue-clad individuals coming from the other side of the street. And it's at this point that you hear from off to the side, "Hey there, boyo." And you look over and you see a veiled individual in a porthole in one of the sewers kind of popping their head up. "I think I could get you out of here. Come on, quick."
You know what? We can take all the friends we can get right now. Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to Porthole Guy. Let's go this way. And I'm gonna, before I go, there's this like hallway or alleyway? Is there any kind of like structure, like an archway with pillars or anything like above that path coming towards us?
It's fairly straight up and down here. buildings built into the sewers, but there are like scaffoldings and stuff like that, remnants of damaged property that's trying to be built again and stuff. So nothing arch specific. No pun intended, but there is like scaffolding or something. If you're gonna try and knock something down to block the path, I would definitely allow it.
And that's what I was thinking. It's like, so he's like, yeah, let's go this way, guys. And then the eyes just kind of suddenly go blue for a second. And he turns and walks towards the scaffolding just a couple steps away. And I'm going to use the other power of the there is no spoon again and smash whatever is holding up.
Yep, do damage really quick.
All right.
Actually, it's weak scaffolding. I don't think you can do enough damage or too little damage with that ability to not destroy it. So the scaffolding kind of teeters a little bit, and you give it a second quick punch to follow up with the first one, and it kind of collapses and blocks the road going back the way you were running. And then you dive into the now open porthole, bringing us to
Io is going to use her bent, not broken ability. And she is going to book it to Porthole Guy.
Perfect. So you dip down into the sewers as well. Bringing us to Rich.
I'm with Porthole Guy, and I'm gonna run. Yeah, get me out of here, please.
Okay, easy enough. That'll bring us back to the top to Niche. I'm assuming, you know what, we can, for brevity's sake, I'm assuming that Niche and Nemo are just following suit down into the tunnel. So as you drop down the porthole, quickly going back over, you see the individual a little ways down this sewer from you. And as you follow, they're not saying anything, they're moving fairly quickly. And you kind of follow them through some twists and turns, and eventually they climb up this ladder and push it aside and go up. And I'm assuming all of you are following and coming up as well.
The whole time, though, Arch is talking like, "Oh, thank you so much for taking us this. This is such a lovely porthole," and just almost nonstop talking the whole way.
So as you all kind of climb up this ladder into this dimly lit room and kind of brush yourselves off, catching your breath, Archibald, you would be the first to notice as this individual kind of turns around. Oh, hello, Arch. We've got a lot of catching up to do. As you see the face of Casker Solomon. And that is where we are going to end our session tonight.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh?
So until our death timers reset next week, that will be the premiere episode of Become Legend. Thank you all so much, everybody in the chat, for all of your contributions, all the summoner spells that you gave, all of the abilities that you gave with the level 5 hype trains. Let's give it up for an amazing cast. We have Friggins playing Archibald, Kajere playing Reggie, Kim Grimoire playing Io, Sarah playing Niche. You were such Niche that I just thought your name was Niche now. And the lovely Trevor playing Nemo. You know where to find them. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow to another Crazy Deed stream. I don't know if he's gonna stream longer than 45 minutes, or if marbles are gonna end the stream, or if he's gonna play Elden Ring and kill a bunch of bosses. I'm not sure, but that is at the usual time on the Free Forge as well. So make sure you're checking out D&D tomorrow on the platform. Then, unfortunately, much to mine and everybody else's chagrin, Honor Roll is on their mid-season break, so there will be no Honor Roll this Friday, but I have been informed to keep your eyes out for what could be a fairly big announcement that's coming out on Friday instead of Honor Roll. And then, of course, we also have on Sunday the lovely Miss Mindykins, who did all of this amazing work for us production-wise, is going to be doing some more art with a heart on Sunday. So make sure you're checking that out. Then you got Deej again on Monday for another stream. And also check out the Patreon because that content is hot. And then we will be back next Tuesday at the proper time because I'm going to make sure all those poros stay locked up. So from all of us here at Become Legend and the Free Forge, thank you so much. We love you. And we'll see you on the Rift next week. Have a good night.